we're going to invite Amjad with Replit and VentureBeat's Matt Marshall to come up and discuss how Replit's AI agent eliminates enterprise tool costs.
So Matt and VentureBeat, thanks for having me. Replit is a platform where you can go from an idea to a deployed software that you can use, scale. You can use it at your company. You can build a new company with it. And today I want to show you a glimpse of what it can do. It's it comes with an agent that can write all the code for you, that can basically build the software for you. So here I'm going to build a. Should we switch to the screen? So I'm going to build a live polling app. I already have the prompt here. It says a web-based polling application called Polly that enables users to create polls and see results update in real time. So this would take about maybe 15 minutes to build, but because we don't have a lot of time here, I know happy hour is coming. So I'm just going to kick it off and show you how it starts to build the app, and then I'll switch to an app that made earlier with exactly the same prompt. So here the AI is saying, I'm going to create a plan for you. And as it's creating the plan, it's also starting to design the application. So in a minute, we should see the design come up. But in the plan, it came up with a list of features, create polls, multiple choice, custom options, vote on active polls, and you can see I can delete some of the features here or add more. I can chat with it and ask it to change the design, for example. But you can see the design is live. That's the agent kind of designing the app for us. This will help us get an initial idea of what the app could look like. And once I am happy with the result of the design, I can either edit here or I can just approve the plan and kick it off. So now I just approve the plan. We have the design and the mock ready. And now the agent is going to start provisioning a database, creating login, auth, so doing all the DevOps and IT work for you, but also in addition to that, actually writing the code and eventually helping you deploy it. But since I made the app already here, so this is the app exactly made with the agent in 15 minutes. It's called Polly. Let's go ahead and try it. Replit also ships with built-in auth, so you can see I'm signed in within my account. You don't have to worry about auth or any of that. We have a lot of integrations. Payments, for example, is coming soon. So let's ask a question here. Maybe what is the best tech news site, and why is it VentureBeat? All right, hopefully VentureBeat wins. So if you can go ahead and scan this QR code here, and you can start voting. All right, good. We're winning. We're winning, Matt.
I don't even have to vote.
All right, so now that we have, so we'll come back to this later, but I just want to show you how we can like make a quick change. For example, let's add ranked choice voting. So I'm just going to type into the prompt here. Just simple language, you know, as if you're talking to an engineer. So it will go through the same flow in the initial step that we saw. It will create like this time a smaller plan because it's a smaller feature. and it will start coding the feature for you. Oh, good. You see here, it's like maintaining a to-do list and maintaining an architecture overview of the application, similar to how a developer might build this. Here's how database works. Here's a development environment, production environment. Here's our dependencies. So it's maintaining a plan and information about the project. Now, to start implementing it, it searches for the code. It's like, okay, where can I find the voting code? And then it goes on, looks at the database schema. So it's since it's a new chat, it's trying to figure out more information about the system before it starts coding. And now it's starting to update the code. So the first thing it did, it added a new database field, ranked votes. So this will generate a database migration. Again, you don't have to understand any of this. You can just open it for your curiosity, or if something goes wrong, or if you're a developer who actually is coding with the agent. But if you're a non-developer, you can still use all of this and not really worry about the code. So now it's running a command. So this is a terminal command to do the migration. Now it's restarted the application to test whether it was successful with changing the code. It takes a screenshot to make sure the app's still working. Again, this is like sort of a almost semi-autonomous agent. So you can watch it. You can also go get a coffee. It'll send you a notification. We have a mobile app. It'll send you a notification when it's ready to show you the feature. So now it's done with the database feature. It ran a SQL statement here to create the table, and now it's starting to create new files to create this new feature. So it might take also another 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes to do that, but I also already done it here. There's no sleight of hand. It's exactly the same application. I'm just going to log into it. And if I create a new poll, you can see here that we have a new toggle for whether we want it to be a ranked choice or single vote. When you're happy with all your changes, you can just go to deploy, select what kind of deployment you want. You can do a security scan and start deploying. So basically you can make entire applications like this or a lot more complicated without writing a single line of code. That's it.
Great, Amjad. Yeah. So I came all the way over here. It feels too far away. I'm going to go back here. So I just wanted to kick this off. We're going to open this up to questions, right? We wanted Amjad to be able to answer any questions you had. So please feel free to come up to the microphone and ask, because he's got a wealth of knowledge in this area. I think what I want to do is just kick it off with I think one obvious question. It's like we heard from Varun Mohan this morning, and then I think in the same class, right? AI native company Replit is
Replit's better.
Yeah. You do the same poll, I'm sure you'd be winning at 75%. But what's remarkable about Replit, and I wanted to ask you about this, is it pertains to this theme that we're hearing at this event, which is that enterprise need for governance and security, and you are differentiated because it feels like, at least because of that deployment step, right? You've spent a lot of time focusing on that, and I think that's important. But can you talk a little bit about what your enterprise clients are looking for there? Is this enough, right? What are they looking for?
Yeah, so there's a lot of great products on the market. Windsurf is one of them. There's Cloud Code, there's Cursor. But with these products, they're merely editors. They're code editors. They're great code editors. They generate a lot of code. They're typically used by engineers. But if you give them to a novice, they can generate a lot of insecure code. They could easily leak their API keys or data into the code. We've seen a lot of catastrophes like that on the internet, people losing money because they're using these products without actually knowing the potential security issues with them. Our approach in Replit is it's fully cloud native. Like when you go to this is running in the browser. And it's running fully in the cloud. It's running on a virtual machine, fully sandboxed. If the agent messes up with something or makes a mistake that is in an isolated environment, you don't have to worry about it kind of messing something up with your laptop. And the other one is it's again full stack environment. We do the hosting for you. We do the database for you. We do all of that. So you don't have to worry about setting all this stuff up because every component you have to set up as a user. There's a potential for you to introduce a security vulnerability or design in some way that is not secure. And then when you go to deploy, we have this new security scanner in partnership with SemGrip that goes over your code and does vulnerability scanning. And once all of that done, it gives you recommendations. You can also use the agent to go and fix these security issues. And finally, when we deploy, again, this is another step where a lot of developers, especially novices, especially people who are getting into vibe coding, I know a lot of you are interested in it, they can definitely mess up. Or with Replit, we have a partnership with Google Cloud. We deploy a fully isolated Google Cloud project per project. So we're kind of leveraging Google's sort of security primitives to do that. And so the process end to end is designed in a way so that even if you're a novice user, you'll create a secure by default applications.
Yeah. I see a question. Come on up. And others feel free to come up too behind him.
Okay, hello. I'm a Replit user. I really
Awesome.
like it. I've been using it to develop multiple apps, and one feature I really like is that I can do it on my mobile phone. So when I'm waiting for my car, I can just do some web coding on my mobile phone, continue it. This is awesome. So my question is that how do you compare with other web coding tools, and what's your future roadmap, or what are the bigger features you're going to do in the future? Thank you.
Yeah, I think the main point of differentiation is the full stack nature of Replit. So we want to continue adding more APIs and abstractions of primitives. So right now you can tell Replit Agent add auth. It will just add it without you even going to any other website or getting any other service. Pretty soon we're going to say add payments. And within 2 minutes, you can start accepting payments. And we want to add all the available models. So you can say add a model or add OpenAI, add VO, whatever you want to do, all the models are going to be available. So the full stack nature is going to continue to be a point of differentiation. The other thing is we're really focused on creating an autonomous software engineer. So a lot of the products out there, they're designing the system to have more human in the loop, more engineer human in the loop. For us, we're working on Agent V3 right now. And Agent V3 can test the app on your behalf. So right now, Replit Agent finished working, and it's asking you, can you test creating a new pull with ranked choice voting? So you're the QA, which is not a fun place to be, So in the next version, it will do the QA on its own, and we'll send you a notification only when it's done. So it's really, we're trying to go up another level of autonomy.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Anand here. Nice demo, actually. So I have not used Replit in the past, but I've used Cursor and Windsurf. So I want to understand if there is a flexibility to give custom designs, or actually have a flexibility for developer to choose the language or the DB and stuff for deploying these applications. Because in Cursor or others, we used to give like the similar prompt like create a web application or mobile applications, but choose a language of Swift or TypeScript or what DB you want, MongoDB and stuff like. So we had a lot of flexibility. Even the designs, we used to take some Figma files or just give it as a screenshot of that and input it here. So do have flexibility of custom designs and the custom.
Yeah, actually, we have the best Figma importer in the game, and so you don't have to actually bring in a screenshot. You can just go here and import a Figma frame, and it will replicate it very, very close to your design. So that's on the design. On the flexibility on the stack, we have less flexibility on the stack, but we continue to add more stacks. Now, you can go off the golden path and do whatever you want. Replit is a fully capable platform. You can code in whatever language, but the agent will become slightly less capable, and we can't guarantee security and things like that if we don't control the stack end to end. But you can certainly do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Can you introduce who you are too?
Yeah, Sriram from Geico. Nice demo. As we think about rolling this out in enterprise settings, right? One of the challenges that we face is for junior engineers who are using these tools, they accept the changes that's given, and that's great, right? But then we miss the learning opportunity for them to become the next subject matter experts, right? How are you thinking about incorporating that in your tool? Is there like a learning mode that we can enable so they understand what they are accepting and how to iterate on it?
Yeah, certainly. Our view, and Replit sort of has a bit of a roots in education. A lot of people use Replit to learn how to code. Maybe someone here uses it to learn how to code. But so you can go and highlight any piece of code, and you can ask it to explain it. And you'll actually get an explanation in line. And you can also go and ask the agent, hey, make a presentation about all the functionality in this code base, and we'll be able to do it as well. So that's certainly built in. But look, there's a question about the vision for AI. Like, I think that actually we're going to get to a point where you don't have to actually interface with the code. I think we're going to be able to interact with software on a higher level abstraction. We need something a little better than English, but somewhere in between code and English, and maybe we'll build that, but something where you can be detailed and you can be concrete without having to deal with the syntax and all of that.
Yeah, no, that'll be an exciting future. Thank you.
Just real quick, because I know there was somebody in the audience who was asking about the reference to CPQ, the 50,000 CPQ.
What's a CPQ?
The configure price quote system to real-time app development. How Replit Agent eliminates enterprise tool costs. I don't know where we got that from if it wasn't from you. Did you guys really replicate a CPQ system?
Maybe one of our users
One
did.
of your users
yeah,
did.
So
Maybe that can...
We've had a lot of users who, we have an example of a user who works at a skincare company who got a quote from NetSuite for like some ERP automation for $150,000 and was able to like build it for $400. And so we're seeing customers have 3 orders of magnitude of savings on apps they built.
Yeah, okay, thanks. So I took care of the CPQ. All right, let's go. We're being told to wrap up with the last question. So I'm sorry, but we're just going to have to make this last question. Go ahead.
I'll keep it brief. First of all, thanks a lot, Amjad, for your work. Big fan, and I think Replit to me is the product of the year.
Oh, thank you.
All of you guys should use it. I use it. I used to be a coder, moved to be an entrepreneur, but allows us to build. My question to you was, you were talking about the future of AI and levels of abstraction, right? So in a sense, there's a question about like how a lot of tools like Replit, Lovable, Cursor are being used to make software with the same primitives in a sense. And so you have some web pages, right? And there's a question about, is the future of the internet about web pages at all? This internet of agents, but what does that mean? Multimodality. So in terms of a tool like Replit and more generally where you think software and internet is heading, what do you think are the primitives we'll be dealing with? And what does it mean for tools of creation
Yeah. So look, we'll get to a point where making practically any app into a prompt, and so the value of creating apps will go down significantly, perhaps to zero at some point. And I think the actual when you think about what software does, so a lot of Replit users will kind of wake up in the morning, they have a problem in their minds, and they create an app to solve that problem, and then they use the app to actually solve that problem. So that intermediate step might eventually go away, and then you explain to the agent the problem you want to solve. And the software agent will go and build software in order to solve that problem, and will solve the problem for you, right? So potentially, like you said, like potentially the end state of software, maybe they're not the end state, but the next state of software is agents all the way down. Like you don't have to interact. Of course, people would still want UI, but maybe the UI is generated on the fly as well when you need it. Especially, I think everyone's feeling that the form factor of computing is going to change. Whether it's OpenAI building I/O or audio, whatever they're doing, whether it's Meta with VR and AR, it feels like we're going to get to a point where computers going to change. And I think in that setting, we need to rethink what a website is. And I do think that agents as a way of solving, especially at work, solving problems is going to be the main interface.
Do you see verticalization of creation tools? Replit being obviously super horizontal, but do you see like application specific?
For Replit to be super valuable, it needs to be horizontal. So I hope not. No, but seriously, like if you build a general purpose capable software engineering agent, it is by definition, just because computers are by definition, being Turing complete, being general computers, then it'll be horizontal by definition. But I'm sure people will build like really good vertical agents as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the questions. Sorry we're out of time. Great, we could have kept going. We got the drinks now, so we've got to kind of cut this off. But Amjad, thank you very much for joining us. Big round of applause for Amjad. Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay.